Man, it won't stop raining, man. We've been having nonstop rain. I forgot 2 weeks ago, right? I live in a decent neighborhood, right? And it's not a bad neighborhood. It's a quiet neighborhood, right? Just a lot of working people in my neighborhood, mostly working single people, right? And there is a guy that is a block away from me. He has a house. I don't know this guy, but I've seen that he's got two pit bulls, and these pit bulls have escaped a couple of times. And this is what see this is what I'm talking about. I don't blame the dogs per se. I blame these owners. I blame these owners because I remember I was walking out of my house to just go take a walk, and I seen them around my house, and I was like, "Oh my god. Oh my god." I had already got out of the house, and I was already crossing the street, and I seen them running around my house where I live, and I was like, "Oh, here we go again," right? They he this guy, he will the fence is not that big, right? And he will let them run around inside the fence, but they keep escaping. This is a problem. This is a problem, right? And same thing, I came home for work. I think that, yeah, this was like 2 weeks ago. And then I did what I had to do. I changed my clothes, showered, changed my clothes, and I was heading back out to go shopping for food and stuff like that. And so I had my I always wear different guns depending on what I'm wearing. Like if I'm wearing shorts, I will not wear my Glock 26, which is the subcompact 9 millimeter, because it's too heavy. And most of my shorts are really, really light material. So it will be dragging my shorts down. I'm talking about, like, I wear the shorts that have the ties in them, like the shoelace ties. Those are the shorts that I usually buy. So it's too heavy for a Glock 26 or even a Glock 19. So what I'll usually wear, depending on what I'm wearing, is the gun that will fit comfortably. So I had my Glock 26. If I'm wearing shorts, I will wear my Ruger LCP 222 long rifle. That sucker is absolute. I love that gun. I absolutely love that LCP2. That sucker shoots everything. It has never jammed on me, and I actually did shoot a I actually did shoot it was a skunk. And what I'm not crazy. I don't go around shooting things, and the cops were called and they cleared me again. So the skunk came out of nowhere. I was sitting on my porch. He backed me into a corner. He would not leave. He kept coming towards me, and I popped him. And for some strange reason, he did not die. He did. At 22, well, he may have died. People heard it and they saw it, and I waited for the cops to come. And this was clear. There was blood, and this thing crawled away, and we don't know what happened to it because they never found it. But he almost sprayed me. I was scared as fuck. I mean, he there was something wrong with him. I ain't never had an interaction with a skunk like that before. And he crawled away. There was blood, a blood trail, and they did not find the sucker. So, but anyway, I'm coming back with groceries in my hand, and there goes one of the pit bulls near my door. And I said, "You gotta be kidding me! You gotta be kidding this! Whoever this guy, I don't know who this guy is. I seen him one time. I think he's an older Hispanic man, and he does not maintain any control of these dogs. He just does not. And it's something bad is going to happen to one of these dogs. That's just the way it is, because the first thing that I did when well, put it like this, there's like the end of the house, and then there's the side door. I got to the side door. The dog was at the end of the house. I didn't even see him. I had my key in my hand. He goes, and I put my hand on my gun because I was about to shoot him. You know, he startled the fuck out of me. I almost dropped my groceries. And I said, "You be good, dog. You be good." And he goes, and I opened the side door and I got in real fast. You see, I didn't kill him. I am not trigger happy. I did not kill him. I could have killed him. Absolutely. Because that dog was on a property that he did not belong, and the motherfucker was growling at me like he was going to come towards me. So I gave him a shot. I hurry up and got in. But if I would have shot him, I'm pretty sure I would have got cleared because this guy is really what is the Bible says? If the ox has a habit of goring people and the owner has been warned, then you're supposed to stone the owner if his ox injures somebody. That's in the Old Testament. I'm not saying that we would do that today. But what I'm saying is, I had every legal right to shoot his dog. If that dog would have came towards me, the dog would have been dead. The dog would see. It's not the dogs per se. It's these negligent owners. If you know they keep escaping off of this tiny ass metal fence, they just jump right over. Why do you keep letting them roam free like this? I don't understand this. These dogs are going to kill somebody in my neighborhood or maim somebody. These type of things are very, very common. I used to talk about these videos a long time ago. The amount of maimings that dogs do all across the world is astounding. We're talking about, and I stopped doing videos like this because of the hate that I received from I call them the dog obsessed people. They get upset. I'm not saying anything crazy here. I'm not talking about going around shooting people's dogs. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if a dog is going to try to run towards me, you're gone. It's either me or you. But these dog people, they used to make whole videos against me. Whole videos against me. Because I'm telling people they need to be aware of these dog attacks. They need to be aware that your life, you could live in, I live in a nice neighborhood. There's not a lot of crime here where I live. There's not. Seriously. There's not. But we do have certain incidents where these dogs are escaping and they're roaming the streets and they're nipping at people, and this is a problem. This is a problem. We've had a couple of these incidents in the last couple of years, and an even crazier incident. I'll try to make it real short. This house that is across the street from me, this lady, she died, and she owned that house for a long damn time. She finally died. She was like, I think, close to 100. This old. I think she was a Polish lady, really, really nice lady in my neighborhood, right? She had 8 black cats. They were the cutest damn cats ever. She had 8 damn cats. The cutest little fucking cats ever. She would let them be outside all the time. And sometimes they would cross the street. They never got hit. It was amazing. These cats were smart. Everybody in the neighborhood liked them. They would walk up to you. They would let you pet them. One day I'm sitting here and 5 of them were walking down the street. And I ain't never seen them all walk across the street in 5s. You would always see them cross the street one by one. And these people should never let their cats cross the street like that. Cats get hit all the time. All the time. But these cats never got hit by cars, right? I did a double take because in the middle of them, you know what was in the middle of the cats? It was a fucking raccoon. That scared the shit out of me. It was a raccoon. Everybody started reporting this. The raccoon was hanging out with the cats like he was a cat. That was insane. I knew that raccoon was rabies. What was rabied. That was rabied behavior. They don't act like this, right? So all of a sudden, people started reporting that the raccoon was showing up out of nowhere. The raccoon actually chased me for a little bit. I was walking down my street about to get home, and the motherfuckers and I had to run. I was like, "What the fuck is this motherfucker trying to bite me?" Right? Then we got a report the next day. I called the cops. They looked for him. They couldn't find him. Right? The next day, he was at our local DMV and he was growling at some woman, and the cop showed up, and that was it. So, animal attacks, it can happen to any time. It can happen to anybody, anywhere, at any time. You have to be aware of this, and you got to have a weapon on you. A knife is the easiest thing to have on anybody. I could not imagine the sheer terror of getting eaten alive by a dog. I just could not. I saw a video, closing this out. This guy was a mailman. This was the most horrific video that I've ever seen. New York City mailman. If I find it, I will. He was getting chewed on by 3 dogs. I'm surprised YouTube allowed the video up. And they shoot the dogs, they shoot the dogs, they shoot the dogs. These dogs weren't letting go. The cop had to change his mag a couple of times. This was insane. The dude was whimpering. You could tell that the postal guy was in extreme pain. They were chewing his arms, his legs. It was insane. Okay, I'm done.